LOOT.BET. Made for live betting.
Hello and welcome to the LOOT.BET Dota League. My name is Noma. Joining me is Senor Lizard as we make our way through in the very first match of this league. Season 1 of a brand new league presented by LOOT.BET and UCC. It's Pavaga Jr. versus Aachen City Esports. Not the Aachen City Esports which was in the closed TI qualifiers, but in fact a new Aachen City Esports, or not a new one actually, the old one. The original Aachen City. Yeah, with DM in the middle lane, throwing it down on these crazy mid laners.
Yeah, we're gonna see the original Aachen City Esports. After Aachen City Esports kicked them and got another Aachen City Esports for the close qualifiers, they went back to the original Aachen City. I'm just full of shit. I have no clue what happened there, by the way. I don't know. Did they get kicked or what happened? But
don't know.
It was funny. Whatever happened, it was so hilarious. Yeah.
Good story to tell the grandkids. Yeah. No, there was one Aachen City, and then the other Aachen City took over. But now this Aachen City's entered this tournament under the name of Aachen City, and apparently have their logos and everything going. Maybe they got two teams. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, do you think it's wise to have two teams? Because obviously you can't qualify for. Is it DPC events or is it just TI? You can't have two teams entering for under one organization.
I have no idea why the hell they were doing that, but in any case, I guess one team fails to qualify, you kick it, you sign up the team that qualified. Easy fix.
10 seconds.
That's it. That's all you do. Right?
Smart. Yeah, no, that's really smart actually. Have you considered a job in team management before?
Team management. No, that's I don't like that.
Coaching?
You're so useless.
Oh, geez.
Like whatever you're doing, you're pretty much useless. You just have to pick good players, but you're pretty much useless when it comes to doing that because you're not playing. And if you aren't playing, like it's very difficult for you to notice who's really good and who isn't. Like someone can have high MMR and it won't mean anything. There are like 10 players that had as much MMR as Nisha, but every single player knew that he was gonna go like pro. You know, like when we were playing in these teams, everyone was saying this guy is going pro. Same happened with 3-3 when he joined. What was that team? It wasn't DC that he joined first. Optic Gaming or something similar. I can't remember. But everyone knew that.
He was definitely with Optic. I think first, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone knew, like, we were all talking about him, like, in between ourselves, and we knew that he was going to go tier 1 eventually. We were just waiting for it to happen. And it's easy for players to know, but what's a manager going to do about that? Like, he ain't playing. I guess you have to mingle a lot if you're in that position. I'm bad at that. Anyway,
you got to get that sweet talk out, you know. You got to get out the sly words, you know, the bribes as well. Yeah. Do you ever bribe anybody, Lizard?
Have I ever bribed anyone? Yeah, a cop.
A cop?
Mm-hmm.
What was he trying to do you for?
Nothing. Just he pulled me over and I had to bribe him. That's how it works here. I don't know, man.
Wow. Okay. Sounds good. All right. We have ourselves a draft in our hands. Shall we get into it, sir?
No. Let's talk about cops and bribery. Have you ever bribed anyone yet?
No, I don't think I have. But you know, it doesn't really go down too well in this country. I don't think.
It doesn't have to be with money. Have you bribed someone with something else? Maybe some favors of some sort.
Well, I mean, how do you think a small guy like me made it to a major last year? Come on, man.
Oh, so that's what's up. All right.
Gotta have my ways. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Coming to the draft, though, we have. Well, I don't see Grim or OD. I have one of those bugs in which they're invisible, but we have Grim and OD on one side. On the other, we have Warlock and Centaur. Interesting that OD is picked this early on. The hero is definitely ranked super high when it comes to when it comes to priority in picking in the CIS. They love him, but still, though, picking him in the first phase, he's all right versus Centaur. Overall, you can never be tanky enough as Centaur. OD can always blow you up, but yeah, interesting to first pick it anyway. They did ban out the Pagna and the Nyx, two pretty much big counters to the OD.
10 seconds
What's left remaining is possibly your Lina, your Puck.
Team pick.
I was gonna say, does anybody even
And-
play Pugna? But DM definitely plays Pugna. He's a big
Yeah.
Pugna fan and a big Lena fan as well. So I would assume there's gonna be Lena mid. But
It most likely will be. Yeah, you can roll her on position 4 as well if you have some other plan. But mid lane Lina versus OD is probably the way they'll go.
yeah, it does seem likely.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, this is a very early OD pick. But you know the hero's okay. He's not really like hugely counterable. There's no way you can just go, okay, OD's unplayable now, unless you do get out like this Pugna pick, which again,
Yeah,
just get rid of.
honestly, even with the Pagna, it doesn't really look like it counters him. You know, it counters him to some extent, and then suddenly he gets a BKB, and the Pagna is useless while OD is wailing on your team, hammering them down. So Pagna used to be a great counter, but I haven't seen Pagna have a lot of success in recent games that I've seen
Dire team
with
pick.
OD versus Pagna. Spirit Breaker. All right, Grimstroke Spirit Breaker. Interesting that Bara wasn't banned out earlier. A really strong combo of supports right now that they've got. Still no combo with Soulbind though from Grimstroke. They need something with that. And
Does Spirit Breaker ulti not work with Soulbind?
10 seconds remaining.
it works in some weird way, I think.
5
But
seconds remaining.
like you when you charge, you split in 2 cows and you get 2 heroes.
Right. Okay.
Did you know?
So
about that?
you're basically Meepo.
You just get an additional Baraturm for
Nice,
the duration
cool.
of the charge.
Can you
And
then
after
chop him up and get some like burgers for your team?
No, what you do is you play the economy game. Next time Soulbind is used, you use 2 charges, and then you have 4 Baraturms.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then you use 4 charges, and you get 8 Baraturms. You know?
It's
And
starting to
then
look
you
like
just-
the old days
you
of ability
zerg them.
draft.
You zerg them after that.
Did you ever play the ability draft when Meepo was in it? Because I don't think he's in it anymore. But in the early days of ability draft, it was so funny. You could get like Meepo, and then you could get like Charge of Darkness, and you just have like 4 Meepos streaking across the map at you. Be like, what the hell is going on?
That actually sounds hilarious. It's sad that he's not in ability draft anymore. But he hasn't been. I don't know if he's back in the ability draft, but I remember that he hasn't been in a really long, like for a really long time. He wasn't in it.
Yeah, no, they threw him in the bin. I don't know why either. He was one of the best things about ability draft, but there you go. So what?
Right.
Yeah, we already know that Lena's probably going to be in the mid lane, so no shenanigans. I like the way they ban out the Sand straight off the bat as well, and the Venomance. Those are 2 targeted DM bans right there, because this guy plays some crazy stuff in that middle lane.
Yeah, he has very interesting hero pool, definitely. I remember. But I don't know. If you're Aachen City Esports, you can open up with your carry or your support right now. And there you go with the... this should be your Lina support then. With the Puck pick, I think this should be your Lina support and Puck should be mid. It's not 100%, but I believe that should be the case.
Okay.
Because yeah, if that's not the case, then how do you lane them? Nah, it's like 90%. It's like this: Centaur offlane, Puck mid, Alina and Warlock supports, and then they last pick their carry. What could also happen is they could be a little bit naughty and send Centaur on position 4, Warlock 5, Puck offlane, Lina mid. That's also a possible way of playing this lineup, but like 99% it's a Puck mid because of Spirit Breaker, you know? Like when Bara is picked, you want these elusive heroes on mid, such as Puck, to be able to just phase shift out of the charge and just mess with Bara overall. It's a much easier lane for Puck than it is for Lina.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense, because Lena, while she does do a lot of damage, she don't have a lot of ways to get out of any kind of situation if she does find herself in a spot of trouble, and Spirit Breaker is, of course, the master of trouble. Quite the troublemaker hero. Right, Pavaga. Let's throw something down now. I want to see something. Well, I mean, they've already been throwing down quite a lot in this drop. And I want to see something which works for the Grimstroke. I want to see something which really ties this together because it's feeling a little bit messy right now from them. I don't really know what they're aiming for.
Dire team ban.
Let's see.
All right,
Wraith
Wraith King. I like it.
mean, yeah, it's a really good hero with Grimstroke on the lane. So, yeah, I can get behind the Wraith King definitely. They could close the mm, draft up with the Darkseer pick, but Darkseer is kind of dumpstered again with patches. So,
Poor
10
boy.
seconds
Never
remaining.
catches a break, does he?
yeah, pretty much.
5 seconds remaining.
So most likely it won't be the Darkseer, but we'll see. They could go with something like, let's say, a Bat Rider on the offlane is an option for them. Uh, Interestingly enough, Mars hasn't been banned out, a hero that's considered to be a counter to Centaur by some teams. You could go with Mars.
Oh, where's that?
Radiant team ban.
They ban out the Doom on Aachen Esports, and from Pavaga we will see some carry banned out. They need to ban out some hyper carry because this puck, he creates a lot of space and he brings a lot of control, but they need some.
Radiant team
They
pick.
ban out the AM, yeah. Like I don't think that AM really works super well versus OD, but it's all right. So and they need that hyper carry, and AM definitely fits that role. So banning that out makes sense. But if I was Aachen City Sports, maybe something like an Ix and Jug are also fine because you get that built-in BKB versus the OD.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see what they opt for. There are many.
5
They
seconds
these two teams
remaining.
haven't really focused on banning out carries in this game. So
Yeah, I think it's either going to be some kind of gap closer, as you say, some kind of inbuilt BKB hero. I mean, what do we think of PA possibly? Is it too squishy
PA?
versus the Spirit Breaker?
I mean,
Dire
I don't think that's a hero.
True.
Yeah, they picked the Mars.
Barely exists.
Yeah,
All right,
let's
Mars,
see.
and the response is going to be the Life Stealer. All right, keeping it nice and tame. I consider Esports Club, but I think when you're considered to be the better team, it's what you want to be doing.
Yeah, they get the Life Stealer. It's also a hero that's good versus the Mars on the lane. Yeah, it won't suffer way too much because he has this Warlock with him. Overall, though, both of these lineups are fine. It comes down to execute. Wait, it is actually Lena mid, and the puck is going to be played by LeBron, so it's going to be your position 4 puck, which is something that we've seen in the past a little bit by players such as Yapzor and who was it as well? Zai, when he played 4, he played puck a bit. So
10
position 4
seconds
puck,
remaining.
definitely going to be interesting to see how
5
it
seconds
fares for them.
remaining.
Yeah, but
Hmm?
the Lena in the middle lane now versus the Spirit Breaker in the OD, I don't know. I'm getting a bit concerned.
I mean, to be honest, when I said that Puck is better there, he's better because he has that phase shift and it's safer lane for him. But overall, when it comes to their full lineup, I feel that they're lacking damage if they have Puck on mid, and because of that, I can get behind the Lena mid. Then again, Puck position 4 isn't really my favorite support too, like, but maybe they can make it work. So we'll have to wait it out and see how it works out for them. But I do respect their choice to be a little bit like out of the box and put this Puck on position 4 and not mid.
Yeah,
Actually, not
yeah. I mean,
offlane,
I've definitely seen DM play a lot more Lena than I've seen him play Puck. That's for sure. This feels more in his comfort zone. But yeah, it also sucks that you don't really have set up. Well, I mean, the Centaur stun. Now you're gonna have the Puck and Centaur lane. That just feels a little bit weird.
It's definitely weird, but like TI qualifiers are over. Teams don't really care about what they do anymore. Everyone is just thinking about the C, and these teams that haven't qualified, they're thinking about should we continue playing or should we end it right now? And
Jesus, that got dark. Okay, well, apparently we missed like half of the versus screen there. I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, a quick pause out comes out from the Mars as they just kind of get their strats in. Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, okay.
This guy has no chill, man. This guy has no chill, man.
What do you think he's doing in 2 minutes?
in 2 minutes, usually when I see these 2-minute breaks, what happens is the player is going to take a small pee, like he goes to the toilet
Okay.
usually,
Okay.
or grab some water,
Very
maybe
important
some
analysis.
coffee, maybe some
Right.
coffee.
Yeah. Well, their
But if he
sponsored
does,
energy drink partner.
are we partnered with anything?
We're not. No, no. There's no
We're
no
not.
energy drinks
Good,
here. No.
good, good. Because
Just
I'm only
betting.
drinking coffee right now.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. Me too. Just
I'm
drinking
actually
coffee and.
not the biggest fan of energy drinks. Like I never drink them. But at the same time, I could start drinking them if there's some Monster or Red Bull willing to sponsor me.
We need to change your
my
mind
mind
with a
can-
little bit of a yeah, one of the color
My
bribes
mind
you're
can
making.
be changed, guys.
Sponsoring a caster would be a great idea, because then you basically just sponsored every event. I mean, I'm sure the events would have no problems with the caster pushing their own sponsors in inside their tournament, right? That'd be fine.
Of course not. Of course not. No one would really care about that.
Easy.
Why would anyone care about?
Yeah, hit me up, Monster. I'm your man. I'm your man. Not really anything interesting starting out off the with any items being picked up or anything. Like, everyone's pretty chill. Spirit Breaker, you know, he's got his Stout Shield, he's got his Orb of Venom. That makes him the strongest hero on the map right now.
Classic.
Yeah. Mars just loading up in that regen for that brutal off lane, because he's not going to be given a courier for ages. Same with Centaur.
Yeah. And we have 3 mangoes on the Grimstroke. No sentries on him, so he just wants to brawl on that lane, which is quite alright because he has his PO65 with him on Wraith King. They're pretty strong there versus. They have to be careful versus Lina and Centaur. Sorry, versus Puck and Centaur. These 2 heroes do hurt quite a lot, so you have to be careful. We'll see if Funny goes mid to get those retaliate stacks up or what he does. Dodgy bre. Okay, that's
Yo, this
interesting.
guy has no chill, man. Yo, this guy
Actually,
has no chill,
What does that mean?
Funny.
Yo, this guy
Dodgy
has no
breath.
chill, man.
So this dodgy bre on Phoenix, it's actually Serbian. It's not Russian or Ukrainian. And what it means is "come at me, bro." You know, like in a very slang way, "come at me, brah." And it was actually pointed at Funnick and his Navi team. I believe he was playing in Navi back then. I'm not certain. Maybe he wasn't, but I believe he was. This Serbian player Gogi from one of the teams a long time ago. He was like this bold guy in Adidas tracksuit. He was super bulked up as well. Just imagine some dude that just came out of the gym, you know,
Yeah.
and he's angry and he's playing carry, you know. And
Jesus.
this dude, he's angry as fuck. He's tall, he's bald. They're playing in the same room. There were no boots back then, and the game is really tense. They're playing versus Navi, and this guy, this bald guy, he's playing Void. He jumps in their base, he chronos them, and he knows that chrono is winning them the game. So he just leaves the keyboard and everything. He just leaves the everything right there. He stands up, goes up to them, and starts screaming at them. Doji bre. Like, come at me. In real life, he's screaming at them. You know?
Jesus, what do you do in that situation?
There's a video on YouTube. Like,
What an
you
alpha.
can see Dandy. He's looking at him like all scared. You know, like, what the fuck is happening? That guy's a legend because of that. I love him a lot. But
The golden years.
yeah, like some super funny story right there. Like, it was good. Good days. I wasn't playing those back then. I didn't. Yeah, good times. I mean, not my times because I only heard about that story like 3-4 years ago when I started playing with that guy. Because I wasn't playing those back then. That's like, I was playing Warcraft. That's like 10 years ago or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the guy's name again?
Gogi.
Gorgi.
Gordon. Yeah, he played in Elements Pro Gaming, in Mind Sanity. He played in the original Fnatic Dota 2.
Right. Okay. Been floating around a little bit. Yeah, that they've had a lot of like really huge players on Fnatic, the original Fnatic, haven't they? Because they've had Fly on Fnatic. Yeah. Who else? Honey was there as well at one stage, wasn't he? And that
Yeah,
guy's
it was.
pretty
That's
huge as well.
that's the stack
It's a
that
muscle
came
squad.
after. That's the stack that came after. That isn't the original Dota 2 stack, but that stack was like No-Tail, Honey, Trixie, Fly, No-Tail, Honey, Trixie, Fly, Era, and who am I missing? Who am I missing? Am I missing anyone?
Is that that's all of them?
Is
Is
that
it?
5 or 4? No-Tail, Honey, Trixie, Fly, and Era. Yeah, that's 5. Good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fine.
missing
You got it.
anyone.
You got it. Yeah.
I got it. I can count to 5.
Well done, man. Well done.
Yeah.
Very proud. We're all proud of you. Yeah, but they must have really good gyms on that Fnatic squad because everybody who was coming into that squad was absolutely massive. Like except maybe Notel.
Everyone.
But
Everyone was massive in that first and the second iteration. Yeah.
yeah. All right. We have unpaused. We looks like we got ourselves a game in our hands, so let's find out what's going to be happening here. This mid lane matchup between the OD and the Lina, a little bit Lina favored maybe, but I mean, OD doesn't really care. He doesn't really care how any lane goes. He can always just run away to the jungle, and of course that's Astro Imprisonment always going to give him a bit of an edge in any kind of lane, no matter the situation. So
Oh, he
life is
dug up
pretty
a
good.
card.
Nice.
Player
He's dancing
card,
about
man.
it as well.
He's
Congratulations.
already winning in this game. He doesn't even have to do anything any longer. We do have a Trillion on this bottom lane, so Centaur should be careful.
The battle
There is a stun from PO as well, so
Yeah, it's going to stun up the puck. Ooh, 3 bounty runes for Pavaga. They'll be happy with that one.
only one for V-Tune taken on that top lane. But
Very sad.
Lina did have to go there, and because of that, she kind of missed the block on mid lane. So it's not really the perfect block for her, but
The
it's
one
alright.
creep running ahead. Fergon? Nah, he's got it right. He's got it right. Easy peasy blocks in the middle lane. What do you think of V-Tune as a player, by the way? Because I've seen some really outstanding performances from him before, and
He's
I
so
was
bad.
oh
I'm kidding. He's alright. I've like I know this guy from pubs. for
hold on a
really long
second.
time
In
now.
the bottom lane, they're chasing Funnick through the trees here. They got another charge. Oh, he's actually gone for the Greater Bash. Okay, never mind. So Funnick will be okay for the time being.
Usually you take the Greater Bash level 1, especially now with all the nerfs to charge. Like charge went from 11 seconds to 17, which is actually quite a lot on level 1. Like that 6 seconds difference, it means quite a lot. And having Bash level 1, yeah, it's not 17%, let's be honest. It's more like 87% when you're good with Baraturm. You just bash all the time. So.
Yeah, sounds about right. Ooh, cheeky deny in the middle lane. Oh, actually, that was really bad. Ergon actually got like none of those CS under the tower. But
It's
yeah,
Lina.
pretty far ahead.
Outranges him, has the stun to work with. It's difficult for this OD to lane on mid, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
We shall see. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, PO just hanging out against LeBron and Funnick. Again, interested to see what this puck's going to be achieving down here. Well, that's the stun out onto the Wraith King, and the sports aren't nearby right now. Grimstroke going to throw in at the Stroke of Fate, but the orb's coming in as well. It does actually just clip PO just there.
clipped him,
Gonna
yeah.
need one more right click. Funnick, can he close the gap? Doesn't look like he. Oh, never mind. The right click comes through from the puck. LeBron will draw fast blood despite the Grimstroke's best efforts there with the Inkswell, but it was not enough. He's going for the sniper. No, okay. Oh,
It's
long as
unfortunate,
the
but
puck.
Pio moved a little bit too close to them, right? And they instantly capitalized on his positioning mistakes. Overall, Puck, you don't consider him to be the strongest support, but at the same time, Puck is one of the heroes with highest base damage early on. He has a lot of base damage, so he can definitely trade hits easy and dish out a lot of damage to this Wraith King if he's not careful. Plus retaliate, obviously. Plus 100 damage level 1, not too bad too.
Yeah, so it seems like a fairly good spell. Like this whole retaliate thing.
It's just stupid strong. But yeah.
Why don't
What's
you change it?
the
What was wrong with return? I liked return.
It was boring. That's what was wrong.
Yeah,
you needed
true.
something that does the same thing, also has an active, destroys towers, makes you stronger, makes you the strongest hero in the game. Mid lane, Ergon is getting really low, but he's fine.
Took a little bit of a tickling from DM, but yeah, he's going to be all right in the end. I'm keeping a very close eye on this bottom lane. I feel like this is where the action is going to come from. I mean, we've already had action down here, so I'm already
Yeah,
right.
most likely. This does look like a most volatile lane. Volatile. How did I pronounce that? How do you pronounce volatile?
Volatile, yeah. You got it. You got it.
I got it. All right. It definitely does seem that way. So this is where the danger lies for both sides, because one stun plus Inkswell can take down the Puck or the Centaur. The same goes the other way around. Like one stun from Centaur if he has retaliate stacks on.
This guy's not very good at Spirit Breaker. I just watched him hit V-Tune like 4 times. He didn't get a bash, so...
Yeah, I mean, I'm a really good Spirit Breaker. I bash all the time. You just need that skill, you know. It's something you're born with. I think it can't be taught.
Charge coming in, just slightly unnecessary charge, but just making sure that Mars gets out okay. Just also asserting himself as well. There you go. Now the bashes come in. See, this is it. When you show the confidence, the Spirit Breaker gods reward you in bashes. You know, I think that's where it comes from.
Definitely.
Another one. Look at this. See, he's right up in his face. There we go.
He's learning. He's learning. Definitely. He watched some replays. He's learning how to bash. It's good.
Yeah. It's a skill. It's actually, I wouldn't even say it's a skill. I think it's more of an art. The one thing in Dota I'd consider an art to be bashing is the what?
Oh my
Did you
God,
see
what?
that? That
Yeah,
was
I
like
saw that.
threading
just-
the needle. My goodness.
That was just stupid.
That ain't right. Oh man, justice for my boy Mars. He's now in a bit of trouble. Can't looking for him through the trees. He's trying to duke it out right now. Doing a pretty good job actually, as he seems to have bamboozled the Warlock. But I'm not even sure that Warlock's not that bothered about finding him, to be honest. He's like, well, whatever. But they have completely forgotten about the bounty runes. So the Spirit Breaker will be able to grab both of these, make him one happy cow. Meanwhile, down at bottom, when one bounty rune to LeBron and the other one to Tysman. So 3 bounty runes going the way of Pavaga.
Simon, right?
Simon.
I don't know. Like, how do you pronounce this? Simon. Suman.
Sounds a lot like Hyman. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hyman. Are we gonna? We can't do that though.
We
That's
can't do
not his
that. No,
nickname.
that'd
Yeah.
be rude.
That's very disrespectful from you, and I'm ashamed. Just so you know, right now.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen? Where are we gonna see some kills? I believe on this bottom lane. That's where action should happen at least. And what I like as well is Wraith King is going for phase boots into Midas. It's a pretty decent build. Definitely on this lane as well. He needs those phases as soon as possible.
All right, we got a charge coming in on the middle lane, and we're going to have a haste rune on LeBron. Could this be a fight breaking out in the middle lane? Looks like, well, the charge, absolutely nothing happens. All right.
Dark career?
Cool. And what happened to that guy?
I don't know, but he died.
No.
LeBron is saving the haste for
quite
his
sad.
Lina.
Spirit Breaker wants it. Oh, the blocks. The blocks. The blocks. The
There's
blocks. The
no
blocks.
way.
No way. No way. Oh my god, they just give it away. See you later, boys.
He took it. Like, why not stop him at least? Oh my, why not take it at least with Puck? That's...
LeBron is so selfless. He's like, no.
Yeah. That was some monkey business right there, as you see from Kazal as well.
I think he was trying to like just trying to make the plays. He wanted to go on Reddit. Funny, gonna get sliced up a little bit by the Wraith King, but nothing really gonna come of it. Although there's a chart. He's not gonna do this.
That's a little bit too deep.
Yeah, even by the Breakers' standards.
But you have to do that though, remember. And when
Of
this
course.
charge comes off cooldown, which it could have been off cooldown already, but because of the nerfs it's not. They might go. Grimstroke is falling back, possibly to pull. So we won't see anything happen there. On the mid
Yeah.
lane, OD did fairly well, by the way. 41 CS versus 50 on Lina. He's holding on. He didn't really fall behind.
Radiant's middle tower is
All
under
right, we
attack.
have a
Yeah,
charge.
Network
of
shows it very even as well. Oh, it's going down. Puck in some trouble, and he's going to get picked off by Pavaga there. That is that charge coming off cooldown and getting caught out by the rotation in.
They got
Nicely
him.
done.
With one level in the Phantom's Embrace, it buys them just enough time for that Bara charge to connect. And Puck is very elusive, but at the same time, for the price of being very squishy, and he falls there.
I'm going to test you here, but what happens if you phase shift Phantom's Embrace?
I think it just disappears like the bug, right, from Beaver.
Right, okay.
I think. But
He doesn't get it
maybe it latches on. And,
I feel like it does, but I don't know. I really don't know. He's in some trouble right now. As the Inkswell's on top of the Spirit Breaker, allowing him to continue chasing. He's going to need a little bit more damage, but that Stroke of Fate will provide enough as down goes Ekenart. Meanwhile, LeBron on the run right now, but in comes the silence and the right clicks, and that is going to be another kill for Pavaga down here. Now,
Yeah, man,
jumping
Pavaga
up
is-
on this bottom lane.
yeah, Pavaga is destroying them on this bottom lane. They need to bring more heroes if they want to do anything on this lane, and from now on, I believe. Because they've fed twice in a row now. They should change their approach to this lane. Perhaps
Yep.
bring the Warlock or something similar. Maybe Lina.
I feel like that bottom lane was basically just like a packed powder keg, and one of the teams had to light the match, and it was Pavaga that did so, and now they've just claimed it for their own. As you say, very volatile lane, and did come off in the favor of the Radiant. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Marcy? Yeah, he's good. He's good. Just
He's good, but he's not good. He has 36 CS versus 54 of Centaur. So
Wow.
they did commit 3 heroes on the bottom lane, and because of that, this Mars does not have as much farm. Dota is a game of like resources, and your resources are limited. You have to decide where to use them, and they've decided to use all their stuff on this bottom lane. Because of that, this Mars has suffered, but not too much. He's level 6, almost 7, so he has the levels, and he actually has more levels than the Centaur, more experience that is, and he might try to kill the Centaur that I'm talking about right now.
I really felt LeBron there, actually, as that ward got dewarded, which was here, because it was, like, just in range of their sentry, but also very much in range of the Radiant sentry. He thought they had the area covered. They didn't. Rating takes his ward. He feels really sad.
At the same time, this other ward that they planted scouts the Mars. and because
Yo,
of that-
Wraith King, man. Come on, dude. He picks up the Midas, a really great time, and then just walks past a hard camp and then TPs in front of it.
He
And he's
still
still not
didn't
using
use
it.
it.
He's still not using it. What are you doing,
This is
Pio?
the massive Pidus.
This is the massivest of Piduses.
Pio, my dude, my sir, my brother,
he's
my
still
friend.
not going. There's a catapult. Maybe that's what he
bratishka.
was looking for. Now
No,
giving
he's
up on the
going for
catapult.
this
No. Oh,
No, kill it! Midas it! Midas,
What's he
you
doing?
fool!
Come on, catapult. There we
Oh,
go. Oh
finally.
my god. Literal sweat pouring down my face. My heart rate is just too high right now. I'm going to need to calm down a minute. Maybe this lifesteal needs to calm down as he's getting charged up, stunned up. They're on top of him right now, losing his health very quickly, but backing himself into the trees. He's very, very quick, and they don't have the boots to keep up with him.
Yeah, and there's the Shadow Word now from the Warlock, so he's just gonna hide in the woods, heal up, then perhaps turn back.
This is a gentle charge, literally just used for the top lane. I was looking elsewhere on the map for where else it could have been, but it's just up here, and now the charge comes through. Wraith King happy to turn this one around. He's got the point in reincarnation, will now level it up, so he's going to die once. Where the rest of the team, well, they're making their way over. In comes Ergon, he's turning up to this party, drops his sanities, but the rage came out from a lifesteal in time, but it will allow them to kill off the Warlock. There's going to be one kill up here. Meanwhile, the charge comes out. LeBron coming in the backlines, though, trying to pick off the OD. Ergon, no, well, he's in a bit of trouble. Needs to back himself away, but will be okay with the Astral onto the Warlock Golem here and finish up with a nice clean crit. That's going to be a little bit of extra gold. Nice little... Oh, never mind. Never mind. The puck is... He's dead. He's dead. Oh, yeah, he's dead. Made a cute play to dodge the charge there, but unfortunately you can't dodge everything these guys can throw at you.
He just got a greater bashed out of the arena. Did you see that?
Yeah. Pretty
had a little
unsynergetic there.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, that charge was weird. I don't know what that was, but maybe on some other lane something was happening because he charged and then ported in. It's not really your optimal play.
It's not efficient.
It's definitely not efficient, and it's the reason why they got counter-attacked and killed there. They lost the puck and the Warlock. Still getting some kills.
Yeah, they're just really chasing LeBron away there to make sure they got that tower kill, and it will go to Pio. Looks like he uses next Midas pretty efficiently, but he's actually queued up the armlet rather than the Radiance, which is interesting, because I thought it looked like a pretty good Radiance game versus the Lifesteal and versus the puck as well, just cancelling out that blink. But
Radiant's bottom tower is under
It's not bad, definitely. At the same time, having the Dezo and the armlet, I think it's a good build in this game too. So
yeah, and you don't want to
You
make this
can-
rage too valuable, right? Like if you just rages and then the OD doesn't do anything and the Radiance doesn't do anything and then V-Tune's just happy. But if you go for this right-click build, then it doesn't make rage equals invincible.
yeah, the Lifestealer is going for that Radiance that we talked about, so pretty much the same build, but phases Midas into Radiance on one side and the armlet on the other. Usually this armlet allows you to be a little bit more on the active side earlier on, and
Whoa, look at your Midas, Ergon. Look at your Midas. Don't kill the Centaur. Don't kill that. Some real problems. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, unfortunately, they're going to be carving up some steak. There we go. Midas is used.
bottom lane.
I don't know how great that
Because
was. He's in some trouble right now. He's not got the second life available, and V-Tune's just chunking into him. They've used the... oh, there we go. Nice stun comes out, and finally the link does connect. And Pio can
And
just run
he
himself
used-
away. And a nice use of the Midas as well.
Mid
Yeah.
lane. at the same time.
It's all going down. Yeah, DM, he's actually able to get out on the second attempt of trying to run out of that arena, and he actually gets himself away. Nice
he had
little
the
haste rune
haste.
there in the bottle, yeah.
Haste and duels to work with, so he survives. Overall, that armlet as well on the Wraith King is good, as he has OD with the Midas too. So these two heroes are going to scale fairly well. And
That was unfortunate. They had the charge onto LeBron, but he cancelled it just as the smoke came off, so I don't think they would have seen this smoke. Now they move themselves over to the middle lane.
yeah,
Spirit Breaker, he's
this
not prepared for this. He might be going down again. In comes a Yule Scepter. Light Striker Ray quickly follows. Puck's on top of him as well. Bring in the Laguna Blade. Bring in the Puck. And that is your damage to bring down the Space Cow. Meanwhile, Pierre... Oh. Nice coil, dude. Meanwhile, Funny goes in with the stun on the back lines. There's a golem dropped on top of them both from Ekenard as well. He's going in on this right now, and Simon will be taking a fall here. Yeah, he's going to get finished off by the Fatal Bonds all the same, but in comes Ergon. They've got the damage to finish off Funny. PO surviving through it all as well. Even if he didn't, he's got a reincarnation anyway. They take the tower, but it does cost them a little bit there as Funnick overextends a wee bit.
yeah, that pure damage does not care about his armor or that he's a centaur. OD is just one of those heroes that deals with scent at any given point in the game, so that's good. A lot of passive Midases in this game. I'm looking at OD right now and I'm seeing the same thing. He's running around without using it. There we go.
There we go.
Finally.
Yeah.
And I'm clicking on Wraith King and he also has a Midas without using it. There we go.
Okay.
I mean, I understand that they're saving it for the high level creeps, right? But sometimes they just kill the high level creeps while the Midas is on and they move.
Yeah, that's what I was watching OD do earlier. These Midases have not been efficient.
Yeah. But then again, they are Midases, and the 4-staff is completed on OD, which is really good versus the Nikes. Armlet has been completed on PO65, so yeah, they're getting their items and they're pressuring Aachen City Esports quite a lot, while Vtune is just forced to split push all the time as he does not have that Radiance ready, not even the Relic ready yet. He can't really control the pace of the game. It's all in Pavaga's hands at the moment, and it's on Aachen City Esports to wait it out, get that Relic, and then try to turn it. Bara charging
Top
bot.
tier 2 tower. This isn't seeming worth it for Aachen right now, but what choice do they really have as they lose their top tier 2 tower? Just from a straight up push from Pavaga. No pickoff led into that. It's just a straight up push.
Yeah,
Lichin-
that's their item choices. That's pretty much it. You can't do stuff if you don't have items, and they don't have items right now. They have a lot of gold, but it's not invested into anything. They need to wait.
Dire are scanning.
And that's a sad thing for DM, because his hero does not need items. He just wants to rotate around and kill stuff, but he can't. Oh, Puck gets clipped by the spear, but yeah, he catches him.
Cancels out the TP as well with the coil, and now the coil will be broken on the Mars as well. Gonna pop the arena actually, just try and get themselves some space, but they just blink and rage themselves inside. No one cares about your arena, Mars. They're just gonna jump inside it and kill you anyway.
I'm not certain. He was just playing there. That's what happened. He was just messing with Puck, and that's why he died. He did not have to throw that spear. He was out of vision of Puck. He decides to play with him to throw that spear, and because of that, he dies in the end. Charge mid.
Having some fun. Well, actually, Yules comes out to cancel it out, but there's also an Astral coming through onto this Lena, so she's going to be in some real trouble. And by real trouble, I mean she is absolutely dead. A couple more right clicks, and they'll leave it for Ergen. Perfect.
It's a good charge. It forces the Yules out, and because of that, OD is able to just come in and clean up. So pretty good play by Pavaga, and a pretty courageous play by Lena to try and kill that Spirit Breaker, as she definitely did not have enough damage.
Yeah,
to do so.
courageous. Nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Adjective there.
oh,
nice little juke with the orb, but I don't think he's got enough in the tank left as they chase him down with so many heroes in this bottom lane. Really punishing this Puck for coming forwards here. Now Ekenard, well, he gets a D-ward, #value, but unfortunately he's dead all the same now as he gets surrounded by heroes. Going ripping him apart, but it's happy Dayura who gets the kill.
Pavaga
Dayura.
is pretty much styling on them right now.
Yep.
And this is a fairly young team versus a very old team as well when it comes to players. Like, you have some old school players on
Oh,
side.
Funnick mistimed it, and again the train just continues going. Oh, that was a weird spear, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill anyway. Funnick goes down, and this is getting really worrying for Aachen right now.
Tower is under attack.
You can see them being picked off because they're playing separately across the map, and they're playing that way because they're waiting for their item peaks, right? They're waiting for their power spike, and now that they have the Radiance or Nyx, probably what's going to happen is we'll see some smoke with Infest Bomb and Puck, with Warlock Golem, and this is where Aachen City Esports can make it or break it. If they get a couple of these pickoffs that way or a good team fight, the game can go back to 50%. But at the moment, they're definitely not doing too well, and Puck just wasn't clipped with that smoke, which is also very unfortunate for them. So they're smoked up as 3. Yep, Nike's just farming with his Relic, with his Radiance. They're setting up for this bottom tier 2 push. And I believe Pavaga, if they try to defend this, they could lose this team fight easily. So they have to be careful about the way they do it. They are already late to defend it. Most likely what's going to happen is they're going to try and push this tier 2 on mid lane, or just take control of the enemy jungle and not even defend the tier 2. Go for bounties. I respect that move because they already set up the perimeter on the bottom lane.
Yeah, but can they defend it? There's a cow coming in to try and penetrate the perimeter, and look at these TPs coming in. They want V-Tune right now, and they may well just get him. Where's the support? Where's Aachen coming in? Well, in comes a Stampede. Oh, beautiful stuff! Follow it up with the Golem! Where have they gone? Pavaga just get incinerated, and now the Yules comes down, and that's going to be a Space Cow gone as well. Absolutely fantastic wombo combo coming out, and now the Wraith King trying to get himself away from this one, but he's lost his first life and now he loses his second. Oh
That's
my
that one
god.
Right, that we talked about. From 5k to sub 1k advantage of Pavaga and to losing the tier 2. Like, you just don't do that. There's a reason why you don't defend that tower, why you don't make a crazy play like that. It just gives them an opportunity to completely win the game and change the pace of the game. You were winning this game and now you're losing the tier 3. It's such a classic move. I've seen it so many times. It happened to me so many times that it actually hurts a little bit watching it.
The same mistakes repeated again. Well,
yeah, they just lost the side off of that, and they were winning this game. They were 5k ahead, now they're 2k
huge
behind.
turnaround. Nuclear turnaround.
Yeah, but that's funny. 1% Moonlight, Moon Warrior.
Moon Warrior. Nah. What was it? It wasn't Moon Warrior, was it?
I can't remember. It was something about Moon. I don't know.
Moon Lord, was it?
Moon Lord, yeah. I don't know. But I remember him saying that he's in the 1% tile or something.
Yeah.
Which he definitely is. I mean, he is a great player. A little bit crazy when you read his tweets, but nonetheless, great player.
Fantastic tweets, I would say. Well, from that, Aachen, they basically double their advantage over Pavaga. And of course, if you want to double your winnings, then you can enter code LEAGUE with your first deposit on LOOT.BET, and we'll double it to an amount of up to 200 euros.
I ain't doubling anything, guys. Nomad is gonna do it.
It's not coming out of my account, unfortunately. Well, no, fortunately.
Nomad will do it, guys. 100%. What do you mean?
Just DM me. I'll give you the money to bet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Hit me up. Run my own betting scam on the side. Easy.
Right. And Puck just takes the range tracks on the bottom lane.
Yeah,
Suddenly-
casual.
Yeah. Suddenly the game is different. There's a Yasha on top of the Radiance on the Lifestealer plus 2k gold. Lina has Travels and Duels and that Lance. Centaur probably finished one more item, probably getting that Halberd very soon. Yeah, this game just became ridiculously harder for Pavaga. They're definitely not out of it. They have the 2 Midases, one on OD with that BKB completed.
Yeah, I was
but you
about
need
to
to use
say.
that. Yeah.
The BKB is going to be the big one, I think. That's gives you a lot of freedom, a lot of, the ability to just ignore this Lina is very nice as well. And the Puck, of course. Both heroes just basically entirely magical damage. So. Gonna do a lot for them in these fights. And look at this scoreline, 10-10. What is going on? There has not been a lot of action this game.
Yeah, I've noticed that in the last on the hub as well when I was casting CIS in Europe. Europe had like some crazy games, some funny games, some bloodbaths, While CIS, they have a lot of these small teams that are actually trying super hard. They aren't making mistakes. They're playing as like cautiously as possible, and the result is having a score 10-10, 20 minutes in.
Whoa, look at this guy go flying into the fight right now and jumping onto Funnick right now. Meanwhile, Ring of Blood actually pushes Ekanart out. I'm not quite sure how that happened, 'cause that was a spear he was on, but never mind. Going to be a little bit awkward now as they try to bring down Funnick. It's a slow burn as they get on top of the centaur and start to whack away at him, but in comes a Pug, holding them off. Funnick might actually escape this one. The Moonlord lives. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, well, the Spirit Breaker may not be, as the Dragon Slayer will finish the job. Meanwhile, Vuchin comes coming in onto Ergon right now. He wants to try and find this kill, but the slow comes out. Another joint in, another stump. Out of the bar, he's getting dropped low, and he does get finished off. Meanwhile, LeBron chopping away at the Grimstroke on the backline of the fight, trying to chase him around. Aachen are looking to take this one right now as they're trying to finish off the Grim, but now with this big bad Mars coming in, they actually need to back themselves away. Funnick could be in some trouble if he can get this God's Rebuke off, but doesn't look like he can. Funnick up to the high ground, should survive for the time being. Meanwhile, on the backside, they actually finish off the kill on Simon. Now they look over towards the Wraith King as well. He doesn't have Reincarnate. He's got a Lifestealer on him as well. Pavaga, they're losing heroes, and that is their carry gone as well. OD able to make it away from the danger, but still a lot of heroes dropped here, and now objectives just became very available for Aachen. That was a buyback
from...
from...
just run into them, though, in that situation. He had no mana, I guess. He had 300 mana. He could have done
some spells.
Yeah, he could have casted some spells. He just ran into them. Oh well. He
bored.
decided that his life is not important any longer, and he killed himself. I respect that. I don't respect that. You should fight until the end.
Well, technically, he did
show
fight till
yourself.
the end. He didn't
Oh.
run away
really
and then
fight.
suicide.
Running into them and just dying isn't really fighting. But I get your point. You can look at it from different ways, I guess.
Like most things in this world.
Yeah.
You know, we always get too caught up in our perspectives, believing that everything we read and every way we interpret things is always the correct way, but sometimes it's not.
Or most of the time, if you're me.
No.
Oh well.
It's
What
a
can I
bit
say?
of a feels bad, man, but don't you worry. You'll crack the code of life one day. Meanwhile,
One day.
we've got a Midas off cooldown.
I'm watching the same thing. I'm just looking at these Midases. Is he gonna use it? There we go.
Finally decides, well, yeah, I guess I'll kill this catapult.
I mean, every second matters in this game, you know. Like,
Agreed.
so you're not playing for 2 or 3 hours. You're playing for, let's say, 30 to 60 minutes, and every second matters in those 30 to 60 minutes. And if you aren't using that Midas every time it's off cooldown, it adds up. Like right now, I can already tell you he's had like at least, let's say, 1 minute and 30 of downtime on that Midas. That's a lot. You don't get that item 1 second earlier. You don't have the BKB to contest Rosh or something similar. They take the Rosh before you get it. Suddenly, that new item that you got isn't as effective as it could have been. Every second matters.
Gone, please. He's got to wait for the creeps to respawn. So
Yeah,
about
I mean,
another
I
15
can't blame
seconds
him.
here.
He's just waiting for creep. No, don't block the camp. Don't block it.
It's almost like he heard you. Like, I can't blame him here. He's not doing anything wrong. And he just goes in and blocks the damn camp.
Blocking
good
is not the
stuff.
play. I can tell you that.
No, I think that your perspective is right on. Oh, another spear just barely misses this guy and his spears. I mean, they've been correct. Like, he's not doing anything wrong. He's just getting extremely unlucky.
He is. He is. It's not only unlucky,
guy.
though. Because when you're forming that arena, it takes it a little bit to form, right? And he uses
Right,
that spear
yeah,
a
yeah.
little bit too early. And because of that, they lost that last fight.
Yeah,
If
he
they
killed the
killed the
Warlock.
Warlock with the spear, it would be much easier.
Monster's going ham, going deep onto the Grimstroke right there. He's just completely without his team right now, but he doesn't really need them. Meanwhile, they're just trying to gang up on the Warlock right now, but they can't really do that with the Lifestealer in his face. But he's just trying to focus on the Warlock, but he's not going down. He's still got plenty of health remaining. He's still got a golem to drop. Wait, he's stunned up. Can they give him up in time? Yes, they can. God's Rebuke finds a kill. V-Tune fighting up, trying to bring down the OD. They've disarmed him. They've Lagooned him. They've brought that kill down. Urgon dead without buyback. Down goes the Mars as well. Wraith King will be able to find himself one kill onto Funnick on the backlines, but now DM is coming to deal with him right now. Not really sure he can do this on his own, though. He is a pretty tanky boy, and with the Spirit Breaker here just to see him out, bodyguard him through, he's going to be okay. But meanwhile, it's V-Tune and it is LeBron who have gone in deep and found the second kill on Simon there. That's a dieback from him. Costly losses.
They bought back the Centaur and the Warlock, but then again, that teamfight is very good for them. As they take down the OD with that Midas off cooldown again.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but this is the problem that they have right now. They aren't really playing these team fights correctly, even though they have ways of winning them. You can see where they failed. They pretty much make a big mistake at using the BKBs way too early, prematurely. And then as soon as the BKBs are down, they're out of position and they die. And when I say BKBs, I mean one specific BKB. That's the one on the OD. Has to be a little bit more careful about the way he uses it. But then again, it's the fact that there's a lot of kiting potential on the side of Aachen. There's the Centaur with Stampede, there's Halberd, so you can't just wait forever. It's not an easy game any longer.
The Halberd was super annoying that fight as well as he tried to. That was on the center, wasn't it? Yeah.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Nothing feels worse when you farm all game for your Black King bar, and then you're like, all right, I'm going to turn up to this fight, and then you get disarmed just a second before using it, and then you're just sitting there inside your BKB duration, just like watching all the enemy heroes just dance around in front of you, and like, I could be killing all of you.
Yeah, it definitely feels bad when you have your hands tied like that. Sometimes it feels good to have your hands tied, but not in that
That's the point I was
situation.
going to make.
Really? Sorry. I took it away from you. I was gonna make a pun there as well, but be too mean.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, Aghanim's queued up for Centaur. He has the power point booster, power booster. Lincoln's completed Olina, so she can't get power booster. Let's make 3-point boosters turn into power booster. Anyway, there's a smoke from Pavaga. Let's see. Can they do
they're all
anything
kind of,
with
they've formed like a line here. It's quite a cool formation, but I'm not sure how effective it's going to be. Mars going for a venture into the pit, and they will actually see the lifesteal right now. It immediately unloads onto the Spirit Breaker, trying to chase him away, but Happy just gets up onto the high ground and gets himself to safety.
I love how he didn't
not
even
really.
try to-
Oh, here comes the arena. It's a pretty good one onto 3. They've managed to catch out the leader. Can they bring it down in time though? No, because there's a golem on top of them. And now it comes to Lifesteal, but they will be able to get a kill onto the leader. But the two of them just going down so quickly. Can they survive this one? No, they can't. Goes down to Mars. Meanwhile, he's trying to get involved in this fight, but Ergon, despite the BKB, he's getting torn apart all the same. They're just bringing him down. It doesn't make a difference. The charge comes through. Funnick trying to fight up right now, and he's going to be able to limp himself away whilst the rest of his team gets to business. Both the heroes dead, Simon and OD without buyback, and now they get started onto Funnick as well. All right, Wraith King gets himself 1 kill, but now surrounded by heroes. He need to make this work as the Spirit Breaker comes charging through. Warlock is a good target to go on right now. He might not have the Golem, but he's still someone you want to bring down, but the Wraith King's just died twice. This is looking bad. Going for a TP, but that's braver than brave. That might be edging into stupid. He's trying to get himself out of this one, but it's just not happening. He's got the charge, but can't happen.
Even if he charges, he's so slow there because of the upheaval and the changes to the way charge works. Anyway, yep. Unfortunate for Pavaga, but this game is looking pretty much over. I believe it's on Aachen City Esports to just close it out right now. They have to be careful as OD is up in 20 seconds, and they don't have the Lina here too.
They're not going to falls. It's pretty low already, but I guess they're playing extreme safety.
I think tier 3, and you're satisfied with that. You don't even go for Raxes here. You don't have the Lina. OD is coming back to life, and so is the Spirit Breaker. You probably go back. Yeah, there's the TP, and now Warlock might fall. Yeah.
Ooh, Warlock gets caught behind here. LeBron is in the house, but there's not much he can do about this this kill which is coming out. He's actually got himself charged, so he needs to be a little bit cautious. They have been able to kill the Warlock, and now the Puck gets stunned up. Brought back into it by the Nether Strike as well. Silenced, but he's got the Yules. He might be able to make his way out of this one. Oh, didn't fire the orb just before, but does manage to get the blink, and now the orb, and now Moon he gets himself away. That's not the Moon Lord. The Moon Lord's somewhere else.
That's not the Moon Lord, but that's his friend. So
yeah, friends
they're all Moon Lords.
Borrowing the power of the Moon to get himself out.
Some mistakes there from Aachen City Esports. You could see that as soon as you know that Nyx is going to TP out, you should be very far away with Warlock. He wasn't. They catch him. Same goes with Puck, but Puck doesn't fall, so it's not too much of a deal. Then again, 50 seconds without Warlock. If Pavaga smokes up right now, goes for the pit or tries to make a play, that would be good for them because there's no rock on the other side. That's a huge team fight tool for Aachen City Esports, but they aren't really doing anything about it at the moment. And let's see, there's the smoke. It's a bit.
Here we go. Last hurrah.
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
Yeah, 20 seconds to make this play. 20 seconds to turn this game. The clock.
Aghanim's on
It's
Puck.
against
That
them,
guy
but
is
they gotta make it
insanely
happen.
far.
And Kazal does get a smoke popped, and this might be the end of this little smoke engagement here. And any engagement past this point now seems incredibly difficult.
I mean, there's a reason why you wrap around in those situations. You don't just straight go the way they did. You could see that LeBron knew exactly what they would try to do, and that's why he stood there on the high ground. Even if you go uphill, you aren't catching that puck. It's a puck, right? So,
Yeah.
we're positioning, when it comes to positioning, LeBron played that really well, while Pavaga messed it up a little bit. And they had that chance. It wasn't really the biggest chance ever, but they had it, and it didn't really work out for them. Now they have to just go back and defend, but there's a smoke, and this time man might be the first one that falls. They see him, he's dead.
Yeah, he's pretty dead, isn't he? He's a grim end for the grim stroke.
Well, it's not all over yet. They will fall back into the pit first, but
Radiant's bottom shrine is under
definitely
attack.
looking hard.
If you want to earn some money, you can bet £1 on Aachen City Esports right now and receive 1 penny if they win. Oh, then comes a golem. That is one dead Mars, completely annihilated. And now the core comes out onto one as well, just keeping that Wraith King still. That's all they need right now. They kill this Wraith King. The game's pretty much over. I can't really see them fighting into this right now as they fight up. LeBron comes through as well. They'll be able to take down the Wraith King. In comes the Spirit Breaker, slowly charging through the mud, only getting himself killed as well as just throwing another body onto the fire. The corpse pile is large, and it looks like this might be the end as Aachen coming in deep now, and they find the OD. He doesn't even have time to get that BKB off. He's just going to get killed. No chance to turn around and retaliate, even if he wanted to. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, and they're just going to let the throne fall. The buybacks are coming in. They're going to have 4 heroes up here. There's a possibility of defending right now as in comes Ergon. He's got the BKB. He's got the damage. Warlock, he's dropping low. He's dead, but he has that Warlock get. But meanwhile, Wraith King, he's just gone in too deep. The Sanity's Eclipse won't do much to save him, so that is one dead Wraith King out of the game for a very long time. The Laguna Blade as well, and the GG is called. This one is over, and it will belong to Aachen City.
Yep, I mean, they played the lanes well, Pavaga Gaming, but they failed that one very strategical moment. They didn't play it right when they went back for the tier 2. I can't blame them because Puck did show himself mid around the tier 2 when they went back to defend their own tier 2 on the bottom lane, but that's how you lose games. You walk without smoke into an area that is warded by the enemy team, you get 4-man Centaur stomped into a 4-man Fatal Bonds plus Rock. I mean, that was perfect from Aachen City. It couldn't have went better, and their game just completely shattered in that point. They were ahead, everything was going well for them, but they also have these heroes that need to snowball, and they failed to do that. Now, Nomad. This is a best of 3, right?
Correct.
I need to light a fire. Is there a lobby?
You need to light a fire.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of logs outside waiting for me to light them. I promised someone I'm gonna burn something up.
Okay, whilst you get rid of whatever evidence there is for your friend, we will jump into the next lobby. So we'll throw it over to Sam Mads quite quickly. And then we're going to need to be back for the next game in Pavaga Junior versus Aachen City Esports Club. Let's see if we can draw this series out and bring it to a game 3 where the Pavaga are going to crumble under the pressure. My name is Noman. He is Lizard, and we'll be back very shortly.
LOOT.BET. Made for live betting.